It's Matt Ziga, EOS implementer. Today I'm going to take you through why the accountability chart is what I feel the most impactful tool in the EOS toolbox. Why it's impactful, I'm going to walk you through how to use it and how to take it down to the department level. And so starting with why is the accountability chart so great? Why is it one of the best tools in the EOS toolbox? Well, first and foremost, the accountability chart will create crystal clear lane clarity for every single seat, every single team member in your organization. And what team member doesn't want to know who they report to, what they're accountable for? And so out of the gate, it brings you that clarity. The second thing that I love about the accountability chart is that the accountability chart is a tool to help you move faster. It will increase the pace at which you make decisions when you're clear around who sits where and what they're accountable for. It makes decision making that much faster and it allows you to let go of the vine when you have the right people in the right seats. Third thing that I absolutely love about the accountability chart is that the accountability chart sets you up to scale and to grow. When you couple the accountability chart with your vision, it allows you to disconnect from the past, right? What got us here isn't going to get us to where we ultimately want to go. So it allows you to take a fresh look at what is the right and best structure that is ultimately going to get us to where we want to take this organization. And so those are the three key whys around why the accountability chart can be so impactful for you and your organization. And so taking a look at this accountability chart, let's assume in this example that we already have a solid leadership team established. We have a visionary, an integrator, we have someone who's owning our sales and marketing seat. We have someone who owns operations and someone who owns the finance seat. They have clear accountabilities in those seats. They are the right people in the right seats. And so when you work an accountability chart, again, you disconnect from the past, you figuratively fire everyone on your team, and then you start with what is the right and best structure. You get clear on the structure, then you get clear on what you need each of those seats to be accountable for within that structure. Then, last but not least, you start to put people into seats. You start to ask yourself, does this person GWC the seat? And so I'm going to walk you through an example. Let's look at the sales and marketing department. And so if we were to take a structure first approach, right, maybe I have three people on the team today, but I need to ask myself, is this the right team that's going to get us to where we want to go by the end of the year, right? We have revenue growth goals, and I need to think about what is the right structure. Do I need a marketing seat? Do I need a business development professional? Do I need two business development professionals? Do I need someone who's helping me onboard, maybe a client care or a customer success seat? And so get clear on the structure. What's the structure that you need? And so I'm going to open this up down below. And so looking at the structure, what I determine is the right and best structure for this example organization is I need someone who's accountable for content marketing, right? Just the function, not the title. That's what they're accountable for, content marketing as a seat. I need someone who is in the BD seat, and I need someone who's in the client success seat. And so I need to ask myself, is that the right structure that's going to get us to where we want to go? And maybe the answer is that I think I need two business development professionals based on the growth that we want to experience. I think I need two business development professionals from a structure standpoint. And so I'm actually going to clone this seat. I'm going to move it over. And I think this is the right structure. If I had this team and if I was accountable for running the sales organization, this is the team that would get us to where we want to go. That structure, once you feel good on the structure, then you need to get clear on, well, what is this content marketing person accountable for? And so this is where you can build out the roles. What are the five things that they are accountable for in this content marketing seat? Well, if they're driving brand awareness, if they're helping us level up our SEO, if they're helping us grow our audience, if they're accountable for just content development holistically, and they're also accountable for social media, we probably need to put some metrics to all five of those things. But if they're doing those things right, that's the person that I need. And so you go through business development. What do I need that person to be accountable for? Client success. What do I need that person to be accountable for? Then and only then, once you're clear on the structure, once you're clear on the roles, then and only then do you start to ask yourself, well, I got three people on the team today. Does Johnny, does Johnny really GWC the content marketing seat? Does he get it? Does he want it? And does he have the capacity? I think he does. So I'm going to put Johnny in that seat. I feel like he GWCs that seat. Now I have to ask myself, does Jimmy GWC the BD seat? And if he doesn't, it's a hard conversation. Maybe could he fit in another seat? Right? I'm just going to put that off to the side right now. But based on this, I think I actually need to, if we're sitting here at the end of the year, I think I need to hire two strong business development professionals to help us launch and sustain the growth that we want to sustain in the coming year. We don't have anyone for either of those seats right now. So I think these are two hires that I need to execute on. And what about client success? Actually, we have Marie. I think she's would be fantastic. I absolutely think she GWCs that seat. And so often the outcome of a great accountability chart exercise is, right? You have to make some tough decisions. You realize that, man, maybe Jimmy's not the guy for the BD seat. And I really need two solid BD professionals. I need to go out and find two people. I need to get that ad posted. I need to start looking immediately because ultimately this is the team that's going to help us win the coming year based on the vision that as a leadership team we're aligned around. And so if you take that approach from an accountability chart perspective, this accountability chart will change the way the perspective, hopefully it gives you some realizations. Hopefully, it helps you align your team around what they're accountable for. You get the right people into the right seats, and it will set you up for success. Remember, disconnect from the past. This is a forward looking strategic approach. Hope this helps. Reach out if I can help.